Femke Bol has been dominant over the 400-metre hurdles, with her only rival in the event, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, rarely racing. This has allowed her to win the last two World Championships and clean up the Diamond League circuit, currently enjoying a 30-race winning streak in these events, featuring 5 Diamond League titles. As the second fastest woman of all time after Sydney, it would seem she was here to stay. But on the 10th of October, Bol shocked and excited track and field fans around the world at the same time by announcing that she would move up to the 800 metres. She will be going from the hurdles, where she is all but guaranteed gold or silver whenever she steps on a start line, to an event that has got harder and harder over recent years, with 3 women putting themselves in the top 10 fastest of all time with their performances at the most recent World Championships. After an understated start to 2025, we now have at least 5 athletes who have either run 1:54 for 800 metres or look very capable of doing so. Lilian, Odira, Georgia Hunter-Bell and Keely Hodgkinson all clocked 1:54 in that Tokyo final, while young guns Sarah Mora and Audrey Werrow have shown the potential to go even faster than those 3. For Bol to succeed in the 800 metres then, she will have to be ready to run all-time level fast times. But that is exactly what Bol will be hoping to do, in the long run at least. Perhaps inspired by rival McLaughlin-Levrone's switch to the 400 metres this year, Bol will understand the exposure that racing a new event will bring. With Sydney running the fastest time for nearly 40 years in the 400 in Tokyo, and arguably only missing the world record due to a wet track, Bol might also be dreaming of eventually attacking the world record in the 800 metres. And why not? While it might seem preposterous at first, the argument can even be made that if Bol wants to break a world record, she might even have more chance in the 800 than over the 400-metre hurdles. Sydney's hurdles record is just ridiculous. Her mark of 50.37 scores 1,322 on the World Athletics scoring tables, comfortably higher than any other women's track world record, and crucially is nearly 0.6 seconds faster than Bol's best time. Furthermore, with Sydney still racing, it is likely that mark will become even harder to get, considering she has lowered it in every global championship in which she has competed this decade. On the other hand, while often described as an impossible world record because of how long it has stood and the suspicions of doping that surround it, the 800-metre world record is arguably much weaker. Jarmila Kratochvilova's mark of 1:53.28 scores just 1,286 points on the World Athletics scoring tables, with only the steeplechase and 100-metre hurdles of track events contested at the Olympics coming in below it. What's more, Bol really does seem to have the attributes to run a super fast 800 metres. Her coach, Laurent Muley, has been talking about her potential to step up since February 2023, when she set a world best time for 500 metres on an indoor track at Boston. While the 500 metres is a rarely run distance, making it difficult to quantify how good her performance was, her time was 0.68 seconds faster than the second fastest woman ever, and nearly 3 seconds faster than 400 metre star Salwa Nasser managed when she attempted the distance. All of this builds into the theory that Bol is a more endurance-based 400 metre hurdler than Sydney, who can also run competitive times over 200 and even 100 metres, something Bol has never really managed. With the 400 metre hurdles also requiring more endurance than the flat 400 metres, Bol would appear to already have a physiology that could be well suited to the 800 metres. But it is her physiology combined with her flat 400 metre speed that most excites me about Bol's potential in the 800. If we compare the fastest woman in the 800 metres at the moment, Keely Hodgkinson, to the 5 women ahead of her on the all-time list, one factor stands out. 4 of those women have a much faster PB over 400 metres than Keely does, with the 5th, Jarmila Kratochvilova, not really running the 400 metres on the international stage. World record holder Kratochvilova is the prime example. She ran a then world record 47.99 for 400 metres in the same year that she set the 800 metre world record, with one lap speed absolutely key to her 2-lap ability. None of the 800 metre runners who made the World Championships this year have speed even approaching that level, with no one currently even close to breaking the 50-second barrier for 400 metres. Femke Bol, then, will bring a new element to the 800 metres. While her 400 PB remains at 49.17, that was run on an indoor track, and she can clearly go much faster. At last year's Olympics in Paris, she ran her relay leg in a breathtaking 47.93, which makes her the 7th fastest woman to ever run a 400-metre relay leg, and is only 0.3 of a second behind Kratochvilova's best ever split in a relay. In reality then, Bol is likely capable of a 48-second 400 metres, which when combined with her endurance, should see her able to challenge the best times in the world over 800 metres, given time to train for it. But are there any obvious weaknesses that might be exposed in the 800? Some people have questioned her ability to run in a pack, citing her tall, gangly frame and long stride as reasons to worry, and making comparisons to a Thingmo Nikolaev, who has struggled to remain on her feet in 800-metre races when she is not front-running. Interestingly, while on the face of it Hodgkinson was very supportive of Bol's move, she did also question her ability to run in a pack when interviewed about it, following her victory at the Athlos meet. Bol has had a couple of high-profile falls in her time, most famously in the mixed 4x400 metres relay at the 2023 World Championships, where her fall just before the line cost the Netherlands the gold. Furthermore, she has previously suggested in interviews that she struggled with falls growing up, so much so that her doctor recommended judo as a way of learning to fall properly. All things considered, however, there is far more upside than downside to Bol's move. While her ability to run in a pack is still untested, her physiology and 400-metre speed should see her start running fast times fairly quickly. I'm of the opinion that there really is no limit to what she could achieve. If we compare Bol, the 400-metre runner, to world record holder Jarmila Kratochvilova before she ran the 800-metre for the first time aged 31, most people would say Bol looks like she could have more success over the longer distance. In 1982, Kratochvilova's 400-metre PB stood at 48.61, a time Bol is clearly capable of, and just didn't look anything like having the lighter physique required for the longer distances. Time will tell, but 1:53 for Bol in the 800 metres looks like a distinct possibility. That is not to say that I think she will immediately dominate the 800. The depth in the event is huge right now, so even if she does reach world-leading times, beating Hodgkinson, Odira, Sarah Mora and Odira in championship finals will be tough. But her inclusion definitely makes the event more exciting. And that is the other main point regarding this move's impact on the sport as a whole. Bol is the face of Dutch athletics, with a profile that is arguably bigger than any other female distance athlete today. At the time of recording, Bol had 687,000 followers on Instagram, more than Keely Hodgkinson, Sifan Hassan, or Faith Kipyegon. She will therefore instantly become one of the biggest stars of distance running, and her reach can only help grow the sport further. Whatever she achieves in the coming years, it is certainly going to be an enthralling story. How fast do you think Bol will run over 800 metres? And will it be enough to see her medal or even win at the Los Angeles Olympics? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to catch more updates and analysis from the world of track and field. Thanks for watching everyone, and see you in the next one.